Welcome back, my name is Zach, and you may be wondering why my face looks like this. Today I decided to turn myself into a neon clown with a skull twist, makeup artist, and rhymer. This will also be a creative process explanation rather than a tutorial, so I hope you learned something about blacklight paint. Starting the ruffle, I outlined with a jumbo pencil and then put a special effects cream down as a base so that I could later set it with the Fluo Night powder pigment in white from Makeup Forever, which is a beautiful blacklight pigment. I used this crazy fluffy brush from Crown Brush that was super dense, so I feel like if I'd used a little bit more of a less fluffy brush, I could have saved some pigment, but I really like the way it came out. I began adding texture to the piece using blacklight paints from a large Diamond FX palette, and I go between yellows, pinks, oranges, and greens. Sometimes this paint, I felt like the color wasn't coming through, so I mixed a little of the white blacklight pigment to bring up the contrast a little bit. I added some edging and color accents that are not UV activated to serve as a dual purpose for definition and to be visually appealing. I love pastel blue. At some point, I tried to add some purple UV paint to create shadows, and I didn't like the way it looked in both lighting situations, so I stippled away my problems with a Frillis Cosmetics stipple brush. I did fall in love with the pink accents that happened at this part of the creative process, so they had to stay. I did the same process for the rest of the shirt as I did for the base of the collar, using that same blue from Fab as a base for the black outline and shadow with a fan brush from Makeup Forever to blend it over ever so gently. Also, I made a bald cap with attached red dreads, but it ripped. Sad life. Moving on. NYX takes me to first base, and I set my face up for fun with their Brace Primer. I want to start out super grungy, texturize, and uneven, so I skip the foundation step and go straight to highlighting. With a light hand, I unevenly buff NYX's white special effects cream, especially concentrating on the high points of my face. Then to fully brighten and deepen, I go in with a smaller stipple brush and a white and blue cream special effects paint. Going back to the larger stipple brush, I blend the contour colors into a bluish gray tone, and I left it very uneven once again to emulate the idea that this guy's been wearing this makeup for quite a while. Set the powder with the UV white pigment. I highly recommend having good ventilation, like a fan nearby you, to minimize your exposure to the loose powder. Also, enjoy the fact that you look like a disturbing radioactive creeper creature. Now I use Suva Beauty's Cupcakes and Monsters palette to contour with a combination of Silly Face and Sugar Diet to meld between purple, gray, and teal to create the perfect grungy asymmetrical clown look. I also use it to serve as a dual purpose to begin the contour for the shape of the skull because it blocks some of the intensity from the UV paints and powders. Okay, now let's get close and personal. I'm using Sugar Dye on the upper kind of quarter region of my lid. Opposite of where we put Sugar Dye, I create a toxic green with Clever Club and Electric Slide. Focusing Electric Slide on the outer half of the lower portion of the eye and Sangria Sundae on the upper portion. I married them together right where the wings should go to create a beautiful orange glow. Then I create a Tim Burton eye with some hot black from NYX's Primal Colors line. As compared to the uneven placement of the rest of the pigments, the black should be smooth for now. I buffed some Bloody Mary on the tip of my nose, cause clowns, zah. And then while we're super close, I filled in my brows with white. I used one of those totally trendy, completely useless until now brush dupes from Artis for some light streaking of the pigment variety. So here's where my creative process really takes shape. I pop on some lips and immediately want more, so I totally over-clown them, line them. I use my superpowers of asymmetry to outline my eyebrows to reflect the two colors on my lips. Really, there should be a clown warning and an OCD warning. I use a fan brush and more blacklight pigment to base out my skull. For the teeth, I use an angle brush. Eventually, I noticed via transferring constantly between natural and UV light that the blacklight pigments were pigmenting and tinting on top of the lipstick, so I had to figure out how to fix it. Eventually, after a few ideas and failures, I gave up on the whole clean clown lip idea and gave into the whole messy clown lip idea and let the lips diffuse and meld into a fountain of feathered black light pigment. I used white to bring out the shape of the skull and either eyeshadow, lipstick, or white body paint to deepen it, I feel like it transferred well between both lighting situations. With the lips, I mixed the blacklight pigment in and it changed the color slightly, but it was a better blend than just using stark white pigment. One of my favorite things about grunge makeup is the play with texture and the freedom you get to have with being a messy. I find that in makeup sometimes lines are socially required to be so straight and so strict, and I hope that y'all let loose with this concept and have some good messy fun. Pop in some white contacts and once again, have fun. Let your freak flag fly, but not too high, because if it flies away, I don't want to be held responsible. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like what you see, feel free to thumbs up this video, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. If you want to see more of me, follow me under all social media with the username zachzenga. Until next time, from my face to yours, have a nice day now. Bye!